Hello, thank you so much for joining us on MCN. I'm Mary Avila here to talk about Census 2020 with the Boys and Girls Club, and we have Ms. Delinda Gonzalez Alcantar with us. Thank you for being with us.
Yes, thanks for having me, Mary.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about this partnership with the Census.
So we actually, as Boys and Girls Club of McAllen, we sit on McAllen's Complete Count Committee, which means that we are tasked with making sure that 100% of McAllen residents participate in the census that's coming up March 12th.
Why is it so important?
Oh my gosh. So for 10 years, we're going to be impacted by everybody making the decision, hopefully, to be counted in the census. And so for 10 years, we will either benefit or suffer the consequences of being counted or not being counted.
You mentioned the last time, back in 2010, there was money left on the table.
Yes, there were billions of dollars that were left on the table because across our county and across this region, people just did not show up and participate to be counted, which is pretty cool that actually this year is the first year that we'll be able to participate in the census through the internet. So we'll be able to do it online.
Exactly. Let's go over some of those portals that people can use to answer the application.
Sure. So this year, again, online, which is going to be really great and really accessible. And then, of course, via mail. There is enumerators, which essentially means that people will be walking across this region to also get counted, and then also by telephone.
Okay, so if they go online, what website is that?
So for all of the information regarding the census, you can go to census.gov, and you can actually type in the zip code to give you like really quick facts about this region. And again, it'll give you a pretty good analysis of if all of us get counted, some of the awesome benefits that will come with that.
Yeah, so we talked about this earlier, April 1st. A lot of us think that's the actual day, but you're saying it actually starts a little earlier than that.
Yes, so it's like the kickoff is happening a little bit earlier, which is great. And across the city and across this region, there will be opportunities to kind of engage at like a community level. So at the Boys and Girls Club, we'll be having like a fiesta for all of our club members, and then that's into our spring baseball and softball. And so we will also have an opportunity through the city to be able to quickly access the census documentation when you go see your kid play. And so I know that the city is going to be doing a lot of really great things across that time frame so we can capture everybody.
It's so important that everybody gets counted. And so tell me some of the benefits that we as a community can rely on for getting funding.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, so making sure that we get counted means that we get all of the resources that are deserving in this region. So whether it is healthcare, schools, Head Start, hospitals, insurances, really any kind of government funding, even if it subsidizes, right? So the Boys and Girls Club of McAllen, we get opportunities to apply for grants. And so making sure that we get counted is really important. Any human service, including roads, including universities, is all funded by the count. And one thing that's really, really important and really cool is that we actually, the census kind of decides our representation for the next 10 years at a federal level. So we get to decide on our own how much representation we have over in Washington based on the census.
So if people are complaining about representation or anything else,
yes.
Funding, I mean, literally, this is your chance.
Yes, so that's the really cool part is that we get to participate in deciding how much funding we get here in this region. So it's actually really empowering to fill out your census because we are saying that we are deserving of that and that we are going to take the time to not only do that ourselves in our household, but really feel convicted to tell people about it. So post on social media, maybe have a hangout at your house. Make sure that everybody that you know gets counted.
Everybody, the abuelita, the vecina.
Everybody.
Every single person.
Yes, girl.
Bring them over.
Yes, bring them over and make sure they get counted, which is, when you just mentioned that, the Boys and Girls Clubs will have opportunities to actually complete your census at our clubhouses, so at our Roney and Brown Center. And so if you follow us on social media, we'll be posting more about when that's going to happen, as well as the City of McAllen engaging with us at the ballparks. And so we are going to do everything we can because we know that for the next 10 years, what we do or don't do, and we're hoping that everyone shows up to get counted.
Yeah, and so what are some of those questions for people that are nervous about the application process? What can they expect?
So what we know that will not be asked is a citizenship question, which I think there's a lot of loved ones that we know personally that they might be apprehensive to want to fill it out. That question will not be on there. And really, it's basic demographic information. And so it's just information that we already have readily available. How many people are living in your household? really basic stuff like that. And again, just taking the time to do that decides really our future for the next 10 years.
And how do you think we can calm fears like that? Because I know a lot of people, like you mentioned, they are apprehensive about filling this out.
Yes.
Perhaps even a neighbor that may know someone that,
For sure. Well, I think it's kind of like anything else. You have trusted people that need to really spread the word. So I kind of always tell people, like, the doña in the neighborhood still has a lot of power. So whether it's making sure that your grandma knows, so if Wella knows and Wella says it, then that's like gospel, right? So making sure that those people in your communities and in your families that are trusted, that they get the word out and people will really follow. So I think also something that's really important is at the Boys and Girls Club, we are a trusted entity within this community. So I know that like churches are also really, really important to bringing that into the fold, letting their congregation know that, even they benefit off of resources that are decided with the census.
Again, going back to funding.
Yes, it's so important. So I think funding for the next 10 years, and really with funding, that means opportunity or lack of opportunity, and also representation. We need representation and proper representation that we deserve, and that's going to be decided if we decide to show up. So again, it's really cool because we get to really decide the next 10 years with the census.
Absolutely. And how long will you folks actually be taking information?
So so beginning March 12th, and then we'll go on for a good portion of the year. You're going to see a ton of people, which, by the way, the census is hiring. And so I think that's really important. They are still looking for people to go around. And then also if you want to volunteer, so if it's something that's really important to you for us to get counted, you can actually check out all that information on census.gov.
And you guys pay really well. I saw some of the openings.
Oh my God, I know. Yeah, so it's a great, and then you get some cardio in. So so that's a benefit. So yeah, no, for sure. But we definitely need for people to be out on the streets and also telling people again on social media, having conversations. If you are part of any system, it doesn't matter how small or large it is, be mindful of, hey, the census is coming up, and start talking about it now so that when it actually happens, hopefully like all of the questions will be answered, right?
Absolutely. And so many questions, of course, and if someone has any more questions, because of course we only have a limited time here, where can they go to get more?
So they can just check out the website. So it's www.census.gov.
All right. Anything else you think it's important that people know and you'd like to share with today?
I just want I want 100% captured in this region.
Oh, yeah. And I hope so. Everyone needs to get counted.
Yes, for sure.
Delinda, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thanks,
we really
Mary.
appreciate your time. And that's going to do it for us here. Thank you so much for watching. For the City of McAllen, I'm Mary Avila.
Our team. Stories that count from people who care.